Hi, everyone. Today we will be having a podcast with Dr. Rustamova. Dr. Rustamova, please could you just tell us a little bit, like about what you do, about like your short biography, so like our listeners they remember you.
My name is Shanaz, Dr. Rustamova. That's how they know me. I'm a GYN doctor, surgeon. Been practicing for 30 years, almost 35 years. Been around the block for quite some time, practicing in New York and Florida. My practice located in Midtown, New York, Manhattan. And I've been there in that particular location, worked for 15 years now. No, more than that, 18 years. Started as a bread and butter GYN and then gradually transformed myself into a holistic gynecologist. So my practice is contains both parts of the world, the modern medicine and ancient medicine, where I implement both sides and try to squeeze the best out of it.
Amazing. Um, could you please tell us, so what is the role of hormones for women? Like we had such an interesting talk during the event. So a lot of, like people be like, oh, like, can you just please, like somehow record it so like we can dive deeper into the role of hormones for women.
Yeah. Well, hormones not only for women, but for men as well. These are the most important drivers of life force in our body. So, and each endocrine organ plays a role in that to support that life force in the specific system in our body. For example, thyroid hormones, they support everything in your body. When people have thyroid problems, they get symptoms of uh, constipation or diarrhea, depends on what is happening with the thyroid. It could be tiredness or jitterness. It could be all these things. It's because thyroid actually controls all your organs in your body. And the same thing with other hormones like pituitary in your brain. Adrenal hormone, like a cortisol and all these corticosteroids in your adrenals as well. So in that case, hormones are important. So we can't just compartmental. This is such a hard word. Big compartments of hormones and put them in just one category. Let's say hormones for women. That means we're talking about estrogen, progesterone, and maybe a little bit of testosterone, and that's it. You can't do that. You have to look at the body as a whole. You have, yes, as a woman, you have your estrogen, predominantly estrogen and progesterone, a little bit of testosterone as a woman, but besides that, you do have thyroid, you do have adrenals, you do have pituitary, you do have so many other hormones that affect the function of these hormones that keep your hormones in balance or not. So
What would
that is, yes,
Yeah, sorry. What would be like the number, I don't know, maybe three or four advices for women to have a balance, like with
hormones.
like hormones?
That's what I'm going to. And that's why when you balance your hormones, you have to look at every aspect of your body, your emotional body, your emotions. Your emotions trigger certain hormones, and the hormones affect your physical body. So your emotional state, your physical state, if you're physically active or not, that can also, when you're physically active, certain endorphins and certain things can create certain hormones production. Also, supplements. We say supplements, but in reality, they're not just supplements, because when you say supplements, you feel that you can take them, but you don't have to take them, type of thing. You're just supplementing it. But in reality, it is vital. That's why they call them vitamins. I don't like the word supplements. I call it vitamins because they are vital to our uh, processes that happen in our body. So nutritional deficiencies, all the nutritional deficiencies that we have to address them. So number one, what I do in my practice when someone comes to me, first of all, I talk. I listen to you. And in our event, I was talking about PMSs. I ask questions about periods, how your periods are. Are they heavy? Are they, do you get any PMS? What kind of emotions you experience when you have PMS? It's all important for me because this is signs, telling signs what is happening with your body. Then we go with to check your levels, not only hormones, but the very comprehensive blood work that I do in my panel, where I check your nutritional deficiencies and your, I call it lifestyle deficiencies, where I check your hormonal levels, yes, but I also check your vitamin levels. I check your insulin levels. I check your cortisol levels, so adrenals, thyroid, and also a little bit of genetics. Not a lot, but a little bit of genetics depends on the test. If we need to dive deep into deeper genetic testing to see what affecting your metabolism and your hormonal function, we do that, but this is the basic thing. That's what the first thing I do, and then I assess. Once results are back, we sit down and we go over it and say, okay, this is out of balance because this is in deficiency. This is out of balance because you have mutation of this gene, and just so on and so forth until you start changing your lifestyle. And like I said, it's not only taking vitamins, it's not only eating healthy, it's not only exercising, it's also working on your mindset. Believe it or not, mindset, I believe mindset is 90% of cure, maybe even 99% of the cure and balance.
For sure. Well, we have a very active group of females in our community, and as you know, like longevity promotes fitness and heavy weight lifting. So sometimes, like heavy weight lifting can actually cause so women can like not receive period or like a very very small amount. So, what exactly happening to the woman, and is it normal? Should be woman be afraid about it, or like how does it handle when she's like into fitness, trying to preserve her bone density and doing lots of heavy weightlifting, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh my God, my period is gone," or it's just like a little bit. Like, should she panic?
Okay, so it all depends on the person's age, first of all, age and the body composition. Most of the time, when women exercise a lot, not only body weight, but in general, when you exercise excessively, there is actually some suppression of certain hormones in your brain that can affect your body and production of your hormones. And that is not good. That is not healthy. Okay. So if you're exercising and you have a small body fat, I know it's sexy, but fat is important. You need to have fat. There's a different types of fat. There is a brown fat and there is a internal metabolic fat and yellow fat. So the metabolic and yellow fat is the one that's toxic and causes problems. But the brown fat is the one that causes actually rejuvenation, adaptability of your cells. You see? So when you exercise, there are machines that you go in the gym and you could just, they can calculate your metabolism, they can calculate your body mass. But the thing is, in that fat, in the healthy fat especially, you have deposits, depot of your steroidal hormones. You see? So if you try to eliminate that completely, whether through liposuction, whether through excessive exercise and dieting, or all of the above, you are doing what? You're removing these
Um,
depots. So then you're
Interesting.
harming it. So you really have to know the balance. You know the balance. And I'm not against liposuction. Sometimes you need to trim here and there. I do get that and I do understand. But at the same time, you have to understand also that could be your indicator if you're going too far. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Building muscle is amazing. It's important, not only for bone density, but for longevity in general, for your insulin resistance. There's so many positive that come out of the building muscle. But at the same time, when you're building your muscle, you increasing your testosterone levels. your natural testosterone levels. That too affects your hormones. That too affects your periods. It's
Interesting.
all about balance. Don't go too far in either direction.